Hey everybody, this past Friday there was another Bandcamp Friday. There's only three more left in the year. Stick around and we're going to go over the four releases that we picked up here. We meaning I, because I'm the only one standing here. Yes, welcome back everybody to Package Rebellion. I am Lumber Squatch, and as I said in the beginning, we're going to go over the releases we picked up for the Bandcamp Friday this past Friday, September 4th. Now, if you don't know what Bandcamp Friday is, it's one day a month, the first Monday, where Bandcamp waives all their fees, so all the money you spend on the music that you love goes directly to the artists and to the labels. No fees, more money to the artists and labels. Our last it feels like only yesterday that I was doing a video about the August Bandcamp Friday, and here we are, September. This COVID's really moving things along. There's three more Bandcamp Fridays left in the year. You've got October 2nd, November 6th, and December 4th. Now, are they going to prolong it into the next year? Who knows at this point? I mean, it's been super successful, so I don't see any reason why not. But, business is business, so we'll see. Why don't we get into what I picked up last Bandcamp Friday? All right, starting off, we have Dumal with their second full-length album, The Confessor. It was released August 31st. Of course, everything that I picked up is on vinyl, so let's just get that out of the way. It's out on Vigor, Deconstruct Records, and Volkvanger Records. It's a co-release, it looks like. It's a black metal band from Pennsylvania. As I said, it's their second full-length, and this is like straight up black metal. There's no atmosphere. I don't remember there any melody. If you like your metal as black as can be, then this, what do we call it? The USBM, United States Black Metal, right up your alley. I first heard of them on Bandcamp Friday. I go through the listings, and this one came up, and I was like, this is good stuff. I mean, like, really just amazing black metal from Pennsylvania. I know a lot of the true purists don't like the US black metal, like Uada and Black Anvil. I love Black Anvil. They should have a new record coming out soon. I like it. I mean, we got to get over this whole label thing. And if it's not from this area of the world, it's not valid. Whatever. Go listen to Dumal, The Confessor. You're going to agree with me. End of story. On to number 2. All right, next up from our Bandcamp Friday pickups, it's the splatter thrashers, the pizza-loving metalheads known as Axeslasher. It's not out yet. I shouldn't say they just put out, but they just put up the pre-order for a live album called Dead Alive, and it's released on October 31st. It's out. I think it's self-released. At least that's what I could find. There were two versions. You can get the plain vinyl, or you can get the vinyl along with an 18 by 24 screen printed poster that was from the show that the actual album was recorded at, which was December 7th, 2019, and featured Havoc and old school thrashers. So happy to see them back. Violence. It was at the Bluebird Theater in Denver, Colorado. I have a soft spot in my little heart here for Axeslasher, even though, like, and I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one, because I think they've addressed this. People want to call them Axeslasher, and I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's the font they use, or whatever, but it's, every time I see it, I think of them, it's Axeslasher, not Axeslasher. It's Axe, as in A-X-E, Slasher. Okay, now we got that out of the way. Back in the day when I did the Metal or Get the F Out podcast, I should say, we had featured these guys or talked about them, and they were, what I remember, they were just like super supportive, and like were really thrilled that we were talking about them. I think this had to be like 2015 or 16. They were sharing, and they were just like, whoever we dealt with, I don't remember, personally like it was a specific person, but they were just really cool, and I'm just a big fan of Axeslasher. I call it splatter thrash, and if that's not a term, it is now. If it is a term, I stole it. Fine. That's how capitalism works, right? Or something like that. Anyway, on to number 3. Hey, do us a favor while you're watching this. Be sure to hit the like button on the video. Drop us a comment. We had quite a few comments on the last video. Subscribe. Super important. YouTube's all about algorithms, so likes, comments, and subscriptions. Long way. And of course, hit the bell to get notified every single time a new video is posted. Thank you. All right, coming in at number 3 is a band that when I first heard them, and this is even going back like 2 or 3 weeks ago when the single was first released and the pre-order was put up for their album, I wasn't feeling it. I just, for whatever reason, the song wasn't clicking with me. Not to me, but with me. The music was good, and most of the vocals were good, but some of the vocals, like, I just couldn't get behind. I don't know if it was a chorus or there was a choir in there. So Bandcamp Friday rolls around, and I want to like this album so much, our band, I should say. They only released 1 track so far, and I'm like, what am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? I go and I listen again, and then, those brainwaves just sort of click, and I'm like, okay, I get it now. I get it. I really like this. I'm going to pre-order it. I am talking about Countless Skies and their forthcoming album, Glow. It releases November 6th. It's on Willow Tip Records. Willow Tip, another great label out there. And one thing I like about Willow Tip is, so, most labels will release, you got your A, B, C variant of vinyl. Well, they give you like, all right, so you have this variant, and then the B variant, well, you might just get anything. I think that's kind of super cool. Like I said, they're out on Willow Tip's record. They're going to be on, not going to be, because they are on Willow Tip Records. I don't think I'm going to edit any of that out. Willow Tip Records, they're from England. Their second album, okay? Summit was the first single. I wrote that down in my notes so that I remembered. Go listen to it. You'll like it. You'll love it. Again, sometimes music just doesn't click. Like Baroness. I've talked about Baroness before. Maybe not on this show, but on my Instagram feed. Like, I just didn't get it. Then Purple album came out, and I was like, what have I been missing? So anyway, they're like a progressive melodic death metal band. I would even dare to say a little bit techie. It's fair to say just about anybody who goes blah, 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 anymore. And that's not a bad thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm really stoked to hear this full album. I really sometimes wish that bands would release more than 1 song at a time so that you can kind of get a feel for the whole album. It's not, 1 song doesn't define an album. I mean, I guess it could define an album, but a lot of times it doesn't. Because different songs have different feels, you know what I'm saying? So, number 3 that I picked up was Countless Skies, new album, Glow, coming out November 6th on Willow Tip. Let's go to the final pickup from Bandcamp Friday. All right, so the final pickup for Bandcamp Friday that I purchased directly comes from a label that really doesn't need any introduction whatsoever. They bring the heaviest, most filthy death metal goodness that is out there right now. Bands like Fluid, Church of Disgust, Frozen Soul, Mortal Wound, and those Boggy boys in Sanguisugabog. 99% sure I pronounced that correctly. I'm talking about Maggot Stomp. They had quite a few releases this past Bandcamp Friday where I could have easily just bought them all and not gotten anything from another band on this list. I mean, I would have spent all my money just on the Maggot Stomp stuff. But I like to spread it around. But what I did pick up was Disembowel Echoes of Terror. Now, from what I gathered, the album was released digitally March 6th, but now they're releasing the vinyl. And I think it gets shipped mid-September, and I should get it by the beginning of October. They're from Portland, Oregon, because you have to, make a distinction there, because I believe there's a Disembowel from Bogota, Colombia, or and one from New York. These would be a very popular name. There's also a disembowelment, so a lot of disemboweling going on. First full length, I mean, just pure, filthy, dirty death metal. I think the variant that I got was like Piss Yellow or something, which is just what Maggot Stomp does. Dirty names, dirty bands. It's just like one big dirty death metal family. It's brutal. The music is simply brutal. Everything Maggot Stomp puts out is brutal. It almost seems like the bands on Maggot Stomp try to out brutal one another. All pretty successful at it and damn good at it too. So there you have it. There were my 4 pickups from this Bandcamp Friday. Now remember, 3 more left in the year. October 2nd, November 6th, and December 4th. Again, check your favorite label, your favorite bands, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, because they do release stuff specifically for Bandcamp Friday now, knowing they're going to get full proceeds. It's a super smart idea on their part, and I don't fault them for it at all. I mean, get the money while you can, because who knows, become January, we might not have Bandcamp Friday anymore. I think that would suck, because it's a really good thing Bandcamp Friday is doing here, just for these bands and labels, being that they can't tour. Merch is their bread and butter right now. I will put all the links to the bands and labels down below in the comments, so make sure you check it out down there. Some of the stuff you might still be able to pick up. Maybe it'll be holdovers to the next Bandcamp Friday. I don't know. You don't know. Bands and labels, I'll know. Be sure to hit us up on our socials. Again, all this information listed below, pointing down like all the cool YouTubers do, because that's what cool YouTubers do, I think. So I've been Lumber Squatch. This has been Package Rebellion. Thank you for being you. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.